The regional challenge, biodiversity in the harbour of Rotterdam, is looking at an environment that we do not commonly associate with biodiversity. Harbours revolve around human labour, around technological innovation, around perhaps pollution and waste. But some species actually thrive in harbour environments. We believe that a closer look at these species and maybe also the reasons why they thrive in these environments might actually tell us something about biodiversity at large. That's why I'm extremely happy that artist Mark IJzerman is collaborating with V2 Lab for the Unstable Media, conducting this research here in the harbour of Rotterdam.
For the last 10 months I've been doing the Starts for Water residency focusing on biodiversity in the Rotterdam port. Within this residency I mainly focused on an invasive species here in the port called the Phycopomatus enigmaticus, or Australian tubeworm in common English. And this is a species which is coming here because of our current climate emergency. I was attracted to the biodiversity in Rotterdam port residency because the port is something which is important to all of our lives and the way that we are currently living. And I wanted to challenge this notion and also look at the other species present in the port. How are these other beings, these other than human species, also present in the infrastructures that are there just for our current ways of living. For my project I've been working with a lot of specialists. These were, for example, ecologists, biologists, planologists who know a lot about the future of the port, but also with a shanty choir consisting of about 40 men here from the Rotterdam area, who mostly all of them also worked here in the port, so they have a lot of lived experience. And what I try to do is create a meeting point for these different knowledge areas to kind of meet each other in my project. In my work, I try and challenge the notion of invasiveness. So this marine worm that I'm working with is an invasive species. It's labeled that by us. It infests port structures and clings on to ship hulls. So we want to get rid of it. But for other species, it's actually a good thing because it creates a safe haven for other species. So the question is, invasive for whom? This work, the research that I've been doing, has a lot of different tentacles which are yet to be explored. One of them would be creating organic water filters together with this species. Another could be creating different forms for biodiversity regeneration. And lastly, I have this wild idea of working with data companies who are doing tests with underwater data centers, so the cooling of underwater data centers. And now these are being cleaned, so all the other than human species are being cleaned off from the data centers. But what happens when we incorporate those in the environment of the data center? This is still all to come. These are wild ideas, but this is still to come.